Hello guys and welcome to MK Recaps. Show the channel some love by liking and subscribing to our channel. Kung Fu masters start using their techniques to play soccer and thus become an unbeatable team. Only if they will compete in a championship where the other teams also use these techniques. Will they win the championship? Stay tuned until the end to find out. If you want me to do a summary of Stranger Things, The Voice, Peaky Blinders, write in the comment section saying I want it, and leave your likes because the goal for me is to make 10,000 likes per video. This gentleman known as Golden Leg was a great football player in the past. He scored many goals until one day he accepted a check from a player called Hung of his own team to miss the penalty kick in the finals. His team needed a goal to win the game. Golden Leg kicked the penalty out, causing the revolt of the crowd that invaded the field and broke his leg. After that day, he was no longer able to play football and had to retire from the pitches, becoming just a club employee. While the guy who paid for Golden Leg missing the penalty Hung had a brilliant career as a player, today he is the coach of the Golden Leg team. He misses an opportunity for Hung and said that he had been working for 20 years and was ready to become a coach, but Hung said that he is not ready for that and that he will never have the ability to be a great coach. Golden Leg revolts, saying that he regrets his past, his life in football is over, and today he can't even walk straight. In addition, Hung said he was fired, Golden Leg promising to take revenge. He goes to the streets where he starts watching a football game, and at that time, a man called Steel Leg says that no one on the field knows how to kick the ball for real. Mighty Steel Leg said, I can show you how to do it. So, he says he's a great master of Kung Fu and is going to show an impressive technique. Steel Leg told Golden Leg to throw a can, and using Kung Fu technique, he kicked it up to the sky. Steel Leg said that it's because of his short's ability that his nickname is the Leg of Steel. But thinking it was some kind of trick, Steel Leg leaves as soon as he gets his things to go back home. Halfway through, he helps a man lift a fridge using just one kick. Later, the Golden Leg is seen peeing on the street. Only when he looks to the side, he notices something strange on the wall. He approaches and sees that Steel Leg had kicked and stuck the can in the wall. When he takes it out of the hole, the wall collapses completely. Behind the wall, he sees Steel Leg being cornered by several bullies, and they approach with wooden stakes. But he breaks all of them and threatens to kick the guys to show what he is capable of. One of the bullies tries to attack him, but he throws the boy away. Steel Leg says he wasn't there to fight, but the bullies want to fight. So he takes the ball and knocks them all out using his kick and supreme Kung Fu technique. Meanwhile, Golden Leg saw the whole scene and was impressed with the power of Steel Leg kick. He asks to analyze his legs and says that yes, he could use these Kung Fu techniques to become a soccer player. Golden Leg says he was a great player in the past and now he wants to be a coach. He just needs to find players for the team he was going to raise. Steel Leg said he has 5 brothers who are also Kung Fu masters who could join the team. First, he invites his older Kung Fu brother known as Kabika from Ferro Porto, the indestructible Iron Head. Later, they went to the house of the 4th brother and invited him to be the team's goalkeeper for his skills with his hands. Then he calls the 3rd brother because he has the technique of the iron shirt that makes the ball stick to his chest. Still, they find the 6th brother who was known as a lightweight. He will be the team's striker because of his physical ability and his impulsion. Then they go to the restaurant where the 2nd of the brothers works as a hook leg, thus being the defensive pillar of the team. They meet at the top of the blood building, thus forming the Kung Fu Football Club. Steel Leg kicks the ball to the sky at the beginning of the training. 2 hours pass, and they wait for the ball to come back until it finally falls from the sky. Everyone runs at the same time to the ball, and the coach says that everything is wrong. He teaches the team that there are 4 basic movements of football: roasting, dribbling, disarming, and kicking. They start training by guiding the ball through the cones, but they still don't have the technique. The coach separates Steel Leg from the others and trains him to control the power of his kick. His mission, to think that eggs were without breaking, which seemed difficult. But after a while, he dominates the egg as if it were a feather and starts to do it until he starts to pull it on the wall, making a target. Now, Steel Leg goal is to kick it to hit the middle from the red circle. The team continues training while Steel Leg tries to hit the target. A few tries later, he manages to hit, and from there, he doesn't miss anymore. When the team was practicing kicks on goal, the coach felt everything start to shake. When he looks up, he realizes that the tremor was coming from his kick on the wall. With the wall almost breaking, he starts kicking it first, taking distance every time he hits the target. They set a match against the team of bullies who were beaten earlier, but they came in peace, at least that's what it sounded like. The coach blows the whistle and the game begins. The lightweight pedal the next marker, passing the ball to the iron shirt who, on top of the opponent, manages to dribble and launches for Perna de Aco, who raises the ball to kick, but he is hit by punches and kicks that leave him on the ground. All of the enemy team from a cart at the same time in Perna de Aco, here looking at his team to see them all being beaten up a lot. He gets up to try to escape but is knocked down by a kick. They make a circle, then they start to stomp on the goalkeeper. The coach approaches Perna de Aco telling him to get up, saying that if he, a football player, will never be able to stand oppression, tired of being humiliated. The Kung Fu team decides to use their techniques, and suddenly everything changes. A tackle behind Kabika de Ferro, who does a backflip, hitting a headbutt in the guy's belly. He gets up and with his head, passes the ball for a second to the brother who already dominates, doing the hurricane technique that knocks opponents to the ground. Lightweight goes running to take a jump and receives the ball in the chest, giving a volley to the iron shirt who dominates the ball, using the technique to stick to his if she asks the opposing Tiao, but it comes back in the hands of the goalkeeper. The bullies are kicking their shoes to try to get through the goalpost of the goalkeeper, but he puts all the pairs together, dancing to the golden leg who volleys the tennis ball, revealing that the real ball was hidden inside it. Just hit the post, but that was enough to bend it. The coach thanks them all because he is sure he will get rich with this team. The bullies beg to be part of the team, thus completing the team for the championship dispute after the game. Yes, he meets his old kung fu friend called Mui because she knew how to sew and his boots tore. After the match, and as a thank you, he goes up into the shopping mall and tells her to choose the best dress in the store because when she wins the championship, he will give her the dress as a gift. Meanwhile, the team is the most likely to win the trophy. It's not an easy team that is commanded by Hung. They do training to improve their abilities, finishing kicking balls under a pool. The Kung Fu team goes to the organization's headquarters to register the team in the championship. At that time, Hung appears, saying he is a stakeholder and he was to decide the teams that will participate in the championship. Golden Leg presents all the players of his team, saying that they are very good, but he doesn't believe much and thinks that they were local, then he allows them to participate in the championship. The next day, they enter the field to make the first match for the championship, called the Chinese Super Cup. The opposing team starts laughing at the face of the Kung Fu team because none of them seem to be a football player. But when from the start, it started with just one kick, Perna de Aco already scored the first goal. So, they were at the ball exit again, and Perna de Aco took the opportunity to hit another shot from midfield, scoring the second goal of the match. The game restarted, but Perna de Aco already stole the ball and scored the third goal. Hernia de Aco receives the ball in the air and kicks it from the opponent's first remission into the goal, scoring the fourth of the game. In the fifth goal, he kicked in the chest of two guys, but the ball hit the goalpost line. Then, Perna de Aco only touches the ball to enter the net a little. Later, the Iron Head scores his goal with a phenomenal header. Then Hung, who was playing golf, receives a call saying that the Kung Fu Football Club game ended 40-0, so he curses. In the second game, the team started exchanging passes for Perna de Aco to the finish line and thus scoring the first goal. Then, the Iron Head dominates a cross and hits a header to the back of the net. In the third game, the Shirt of Iron uses his technique to stick the ball in the belly, scoring the winning goal and his first goal in the championship. In the fourth game, Vittoria comes up with a header pass from the lightweight to Perna de Aco that hits a shot in the angle of the post. They even increased the score of the match with a magic goal. Head or not, impressed with the ability of the Kung Fu team, and that's why they are all sponsored by Puma, getting brand new boots. In the next game, he only needs one win to qualify for the final of the championship. The judge whistles, but this time the enemy team also knows how to play, and exchanging passes, they dodge everyone. But when they kicked the goal, the goalkeeper defended with just one hand. Another team ahead, he shoots from the half field, managing to score the winning goal. They came without the couch, and now they are in the championship final against the coach's former team. Hung, called the Golden Leg. For a meeting at his house, and after praising his team, he proposes that the Kung Fu team don't play the finals in return for a check of money for the Golden Leg and all Kung Fu players could join the Hung team. He said he liked the players a lot, and now that it is to join forces by joining the two Golden Leg teams. Golden Leg thanks Hung for the proposal, but says he does not accept it because he promised himself that he would take revenge. The big day of the final arrives, and the team gets on the bus to go towards the stadium. Halfway through, Steel Leg asks the bus to stop because he was looking for Mui, his crush, to invite her to go to the game, but he can't find her. Arriving at the stadium, the two teams enter the field, received by screams of crowds who arrived early in the stadium. It is a worthy final match where the winning team wins a check for $1 million. Players are impressed by the beauty of the trophy and are dying to lift it. At the end of the game, the coach is in the stands and says he is sure his team will be the champion. The judge whistles, starting the game, and Steel Leg reaches the ball first of all, passing it to the second brother, who already gives a volley to the lightweight who, taking a jump, passes by the marker. He is touched by Perna de Aco, who is dribbling everyone, but when he kicks the ball to the goal, the goalkeeper holds the ball with just one hand, making fun. He rolls the ball to the air leg. If he tries to kick it again, now he aims at the angle, but again the goalkeeper makes an impossible save by hanging on the crossbar. The goalkeeper tells Perna de Aco to make one more attempt. He then lifts the ball, giving his most powerful low kick, but even so, the goalkeeper manages to hold it. In the stands, Couch starts to laugh, saying that the drugs had an effect, revealing that his players are under the effect of a product that left them with superhuman powers. The goalkeeper throws the ball towards the goal of the Kung Fu team that takes the fourth brother by surprise, but he manages to defend the ball with the foot of the attacker who manages to do the kick. But the goalkeeper defends, but he hits the crossbar with everything, and the gloves gather, and he leaves his hand bleeding. The attacker lifts the ball and gives a flaming kick that stops in the hands of the goalkeeper, completely burning his gloves. The attacker kicks the ball over the face of the goalkeeper, throwing his body through the net, hitting the advertising board. However, unable to continue playing, the fourth brother removed Maka from the field. Leave a love emoji in the comments for the goalkeeper. The game restarts with an iron head hitting the opponent's head, even lightly. Receives the ball in the air, only he is knocked to the ground after taking a kick in the belly. In the second, the brother tries to use his technique with this, but he is trapped by the legs. At that time, the referee whistles the end of the first half with the game tied at 0-0. In the locker room, the Kung Fu team is all broke, and two players asked to leave because they are afraid of being beaten up in the second half. So, the team has 3 players less. The goalkeeper is already injured. The referee warns that by the rule, now they couldn't play any more players. Otherwise, from then on, it would end with the teams losing. They make a barrier in front of the goal post, only to confront the attackers. They are thrown out. That's when it is revealed that the new goalkeeper of the team is the third brother. The players of the nefarious team positioned themselves in front of the goal, and the third brother prepared to defend. He receives the first kick to the head but manages to land on his feet. Several kicks in sequence hit his chest. Starts to tear his clothes. A kick gets stronger and stronger until he arrives at the moment when the third brother is all torn up. He managed to stick the ball in the belly with his technique of the shirt of Pharaoh. Throwing the ball, he breaks the wall of players. Left in Perna de Aco, he hits a bicycle with an effect that deceives the goalkeeper. But when it enters the goalkeeper, hits a blow on the crossbar that takes away the ball from Google's direction. Nefarious players kick the knee of Perna de Aco, but since they couldn't lose more players, he continues to sacrifice. The enemy striker is sure a powerful kick that the goalkeeper tries to hold, but he rips all over and still falls to the ground and passes out, having to be taken out of the game. Give the keeper a love sticker in the comments below. However, the third brother, the judge, stops the game, asking if he wouldn't even have rest, and since there was no one, he whistled the end of the first half of the game, giving resting time to the teams. The very girl with a totally different look, who appears to be Steel Leg Crush, said that she could be the goalkeeper of the Golden Team. She gave Steel Lego an old boot which he gave her to sew, saying that only with it he could score the winning goal. She positions herself by the goal post, but the goal kick hits the chest from the opposing striker. He's sure he's going to score her, and she gets ready to try to catch the ball. The striker kicks the ball so hard that the ball starts to catch fire, but it was a Kung Fu debut. She manages to stop the ball just by controlling the wind direction. A ball in hand, she throws it to the leg of Steel Leg. It hits a perfect volley, causing the ball to become the hurricane that destroys everything in its path, including the goalkeeper who was unable to defend. And so the Kung Fu Team Golden Team scored the winning goal. The players throw their hero of the title into the air, and he lifts the trophy, rejoicing on their victory in the finals. The moral lesson here is to be optimistic and never trade yourself for money or bribe in any form. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the brief movie recap. Please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to tell me a movie you really loved in your childhood and would love to see a recap on it. Have a blessed day.